If the game is rigged, why can't we cheat at that mother? Hello there. My name is emmizziee. I'd like to welcome you to the second episode of the Uneducated Thought Show. The number one show for hot tops, hot takes, and whatever hot mess fly out of my mouth. We got a good show for y'all tonight. The reason why it's the second episode is because I recorded an episode before and it was boo-boo. You might be hearing my AC because I'm in my basement because we ain't got no money for no studios. I got camera 1 and I got camera 2. Hopefully y'all line up together. But anyway, yeah. I'm very excited to have y'all here. This is a show I've been wanting to have for a long time, or a show I've been wanting to do for a long time anyway. Just me sitting back here talking some smack. Little stuff I feel like talking about, little stuff I think is important, giving my little tidbit on stuff. And yeah, I'm just happy that I finally got up off my ass to do this shit because I'm very, very lazy. I'm a very lazy man. I don't be wanting to do stuff. This is Prosecco. I'm a big fan of Prosecco lately. Inside of it is this sort of super fruit blend, like this berry mix thing, little concoction type shit. I bought from Aldi, and the Prosecco is from Aldi as well, $11. Why? Poverty. But it's still smack though. In today's episode, we'll be talking about why tree huggers like getting cheated on, gang banging lawyers, and Zionist bitches. But before we get into all of that, make sure you hit that like button if you like this. And if you end up not liking it, hit that dislike button. If you do hit that button though, and you are of Caucasian descent, you are a racist. Hands down. Let's get into these topics. Influencer cat Janice recently got her talk ticked when people found out that she was in support of Isreal. A very ghetto situation. So basically what happened is there's this girl named Cat Janice. She got popular on TikTok because she has cancer. A very unfortunate thing. She has been doing TikTok for a while, as far as I can tell. And her whole thing, like I said, is about her having cancer, going through her processes, going through chemo, all that type of stuff like that. And she also has a son. Recently she came out with a song. So for the sole purpose of creating money, well, from her words, she created this song so that it can come up with some money for her son when she's gone, which is a very nice thing. It's very noble. That's very sweet and everything like that. From what I understand, from what I saw, the record was doing very good. She was topping on billboards, getting all type of, you know what I'm saying? People was really rocking with her stuff for real. But then the issue came. What happened was somebody went to her Instagram. I don't know who it was, but they went to her Instagram and found that she was following 2 different accounts, 2 of them, that are pro-Israel. It was the State of Israel, I believe, and I think the other one was like some little random something. It was some little Israel stuff. And she was also seen liking posts on these sites, right? So obviously the internet was mad as hell, pissed off, done for. And they started this campaign. Well, people on TikTok started this campaign of like not listening to her stuff, not trying to play the song, all that shit like that. And the conversation came up to where people are like, well, we need to still play the song because the money that's coming from the song is for her son. And like, is it really cool for us to like boycott her and like cancel her, given that she got a child and all this other stuff? Here's my problem. On one hand, I personally believe, and if I ain't ever said this before, I'm gonna say this right here so everybody got this clear cut. We got an understanding. We both got understandings. That's gonna be horrible to edit. I am a strong believer in that children shouldn't have to answer for the sins of their parents. I wholeheartedly believe that. I think that because the song is supposed to be making sure that that baby got some money in his pockets or something to work with once his mother is long gone who has cancer, I think that it's a little bit bold that he has to face the brunt, or he has to feel the effects of something that his mama did. I don't really like that too much. That ain't really cool with me. You know, ain't no telling how much money they got, and no much telling like what actually is going on. Because like people think that just because you got like an internet following or something like that, that you automatically got some paper, and that ain't how that work. People be having 1 million followers and $3 in their bank account all the time. So it's not unheard of for it to be like that. So maybe this was for her to like get some paper and like, you know, put some money aside for her son. Blah 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 was evil. However, when it comes to this Palestine and Israel stuff, right? There is a clear, deep, metaphorical line drawn in the sand. And whatever you do or you say or anything that's in the realm of that, you are automatically picking sides no matter what it is. Now, just so that we're also clear too, let me make it very clear to y'all watching this show that the Uneducated Thought Show is 1000% unequivocally pro-Palestine. No debate whatsoever. What's going on over there is some bullshit. Them people, it's a going on. I don't know if I can say that down here, but I'm gonna bleep that out if I can't. This murder going on over there is not cool, and that shit is not. I don't fuck with it, and that's not cool. So for her to be following these accounts and liking these posts and shit like that, that don't sit right with me at all, and I don't fuck with that at all. And I do think that something needs to happen for that. But again, I'm also on the side of that. I don't think that the son should have to deal with that, but the reality of the situation is that while I don't think it's cool that her son have to deal with that stuff, she has shown support for a group of people, or let me not say a group of people, because I don't think that everybody in Israel is for what's going on. I know that there are a lot of Jewish people who are very against what's going on over there. I'm not about to put that all on Jewish people or Israeli people as a whole, as a collective. I'm not trying to like turn them into a monolith at all. But what she is essentially saying is that those children don't matter, right? Because we already know, we already heard everything about what's going on in Palestine, about how the life expectancy is so low and that the majority of people are kids. So you trying to make some money for your son because you want your son to have something for him when he's gone, and you want him to make sure he's safe and things like that. That's all fine. I support that, and that's cool. I'm never going to sit here and downplay my mother for making sure that their kids got something when they're long gone. But you're showing support for people who are making sure that there are other children that won't even see the age of your child. It is a gang of kids out there that didn't even make it half of your son's age. And you out here liking posts by them and following them and supporting them, because it's essentially what it is, whether you like it or not. And to say that she's supporting them may sound like a strong statement, but we all see and if you don't see it, I don't know how you don't see it. Maybe your algorithm is all tore up, but we see that the balance in this war is not even, right? Like, it's not like and this is my personal opinion. When it comes to like the Ukraine and Russia shit, I don't really have no dog in that fight for real, for two reasons. One, that's a white people problem. Flat the fuck out. I'ma just say it. It's a problem with you, you can get the pushing. I feel that in myself. That's a white people problem, especially when it started getting real over there and the Africans were trying to get home to where they came from, and everybody was pushing them off them trains and telling them to leave last and all that. That's y'all issue. Y'all deal with that. But number two, the balance is more even a bit, in the sense that when Russia come through there tripping, them Ukrainians they on tip. They got big ass guns. They got tanks too. They got armor too. They got grenades and rifles and missiles and all of the same shit too. Even though they're a significantly smaller country than Russia, they at least have currently and continuously to have the right amount of force to fight back fairly. But when we're talking about Israel and Palestine, we're talking about a group of people who got guns, missiles, tanks, trackers, drones, bitch, sniper rifles, all that shit, like everything, all that shit. And they were talking about people with rocks, just walking around in t-shirts. We talking about grown ass men with sniper rifles shooting for throwing rocks. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with it. I don't really give a fuck. Blessings to her. Hope her son get cool. Not get cool, but hope her son get what he needs and that he's taken care of and everything. But cheers to you, baby. According to Atlanta police, YSL defense attorney Nicole Fegan was caught walking around Atlanta selling stepped-on birds. So for those of you who don't know, one of Young Thug's co-defendants, lawyer, her name is Nicole Fegan. She recently came under fire and is facing RICO charges, or possible RICO charges as well. Matter of fact, let me see exactly what the hell they're trying to pin on her, because I think I wrote it down somewhere. Yeah, they're trying to charge her with criminal activity and tampering with evidence, right? So this is what happened. Basically, the person that she wasn't defending at the time, she got work because she's working on the case too. I think she represented other people too. I could be wrong about that. Fact check me. Remember to fact check me if y'all watching this, because I don't be knowing shit. It's why it's called uneducated thought. Basically what happened was she had contacted one of the people in this case. One of the people was getting charged for the RICO. And she got she got word that the police was coming to his location or trying to find him and seize his phone to use as evidence. But what she decided to do was give him a little jingle jangle and say, "What's up, bro? One time on the way over there, get your shit and get the fuck on before they come up in there and kick your door down and see all them dirty ass Dorito boxes on dirty ass Dorito bags on the goddamn floor and take your phone and take you to prison." And so he got the fuck up out of there. The Atlanta police started investigating. They're investigating the whole case, and they're trying to get people and whatever, blah, blah, blah. And they found that she did that. They charged her. They arrested her. And first of all, they arrested her. Gave this girl a $40,000 bail, 40 rackets to get up out of there, and she posted it. So maybe she is on some gangster shit. But they arrested her. They charged her with, like I said, the criminal activity and the tampering with evidence. This is just me. I'm not no lawyer. I don't know if this is cool or not like that. I don't because I think that she eventually was like his lawyer. I don't know if that's a problem. I don't really see the issue with that for real. I mean, I guess if she wasn't his lawyer beforehand, it's kind of wild to be calling somebody and being like, "Hey, they coming to get you." But I think that I don't know, bro. Is that cool? Can I do that? I don't think so. I don't know, bro. I kind of don't see the problem with it for real. I ain't even gonna lie to you. But yeah, that's what happened. Like I said, I don't know if they can do that or whatever, but what I do know is that this Young Thug case needs to close. It's about time. Everything is so fabricated and just they just trying to pull whatever they can out their ass to ensure that Thug go down and all of his friends go down. I don't know. I will say this though. The person who did get that shot that young girl on accident, he for sure got to go to jail. I don't give a fuck about all that. He got to go to prison. Send him to get a gym pop. You know what I'm saying? Let the wolves take care of his ass. But everybody else, they just trying to pull wherever they can. They trying to get this girl on criminal activity and tampering evidence. Tampering evidence shit probably could stick a little bit, but I saw this one dude who's also another lawyer on the case. If y'all been watching the case and been seeing the lawyers, I think it was the dude that looked like Arabic a little bit, or maybe Latinx, something like that. He kind of give that a little bit. But he was saying how yeah, the tampering of evidence thing probably could be debated, and it might be, they might be able to find something up in there. But as far as the criminal activity, that's how you know they on bullshit. And I know the DA is trying to be more like the DA and a bunch of other people are trying to be more like hard on crime and like stop the gang activities in Atlanta and stuff like that. And that's all fine and cool. You want to clean up the streets, but you got to make it make sense. Cause right now I'm not seeing, hearing, speculating nothing that's telling me that YSL is a gang, or if it is, that they're not, that Young Thug is a part of it. I'm just not convinced. No, nothing is telling me that this is something I need to be concerned about or that anybody needs to be concerned about. This is this is a record label, bro. And it's just always been a record label. So I saw this video on the Clock app and I just want y'all to just listen to this for a second.
It's an unpopular opinion, but this piece of wisdom gonna set you free right here. Realizing that no one can cheat on you. It's about understanding that you have no possession over nobody. Nobody belongs to you. And once you realize this will simply set you free. This is when you gotta stop taking things so personal. Stop feeling like you have ownership and control over somebody else's well-being and someone else's life decisions. If they want to do what they want to do, it has nothing to do with you. They did not cheat on you. They cheated on themselves.
So yeah. How did you like that? Interesting, huh? Very grippy. I'm tired of woo-woo bitches. I will say that. Very tired of them. I think that, and you know, I don't like to disrespect black women. That's not something that we do here at the Uneducated Thought Show. We are vehemently against negative speaking of and to black women. We, and by we I mean me, is a strong supporter and have deep love for black women. All the black women on this earth, love y'all dearly to the core of me. We not gonna get into that, but just know it. And I love this girl too, but what she's saying is some bullshit. Okay, I feel like people like her, people of that like holistic, sage your house down, drink elderberry, wrap your hair up in a kufi or some sort of scarf garment, wear deodorant without aluminum in it, drink tea every day, do yoga on the beach, like eat your granola, like all those type people, I feel like are people who think that they're better than everybody else in society because that's how they speak. This girl sat here and said, and let me say this, I agree with her that you do not own anybody. I will hold true to that. She is correct. Nobody owns anybody in this world. And what somebody does to you is not of your control. You have no control over nobody. You can't decide what nobody do, what they say, where they go, how they act. None of that. If your man wants to cheat on you today, he gonna do that. It ain't nothing you could do or say or wear or whatever it may be that's gonna change his mind. Because if a nigga gonna cheat, if your wife gonna cheat, if your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your they friend is gonna cheat on you, they gonna cheat. The part that fucks me up about what she's saying is that it explicitly ignores the reality that if you are the type of person that wants to have other people, you need to make that explicitly clear to people before you get into a relationship with them. Because, and this is just to my knowledge, maybe I don't know shit. When you get into a relationship with somebody, I would assume that that means you two are exclusive, unless something is explicitly said. You two are exclusive to each other, and there will be no walking around doing whatever, this and the third. Again, like she said, you don't own nobody. So if they do it, they do it. You can't do shit about that. But the whole that's not on you. You don't need to stomach that. You don't need to hold on to that. People have emotions. And people have triggers, and they have things they like, they don't like. They have things that make them feel good, that make them feel bad, all that type of shit. There's not a person on this planet that can sit here and say that getting cheated on is something that they won't feel. It's impossible. I don't believe that. Now, I do think that with time and experience and dealing with people and like going through certain situations and shit like that, you could get to the point to where if somebody does betray you or does do you sideways or does do you bold, that you are able to not react so negatively or so outlandish. Like, some people get cheated on and they breaking windows, right? They shooting up houses. They coming to your job and getting you fired. They getting you kicked out your apartment. All type of stuff be going on. So, and do I think that a lot of that is right? I don't think it's wrong. But it just sounds to me that what she's saying is that because you don't own nobody and you can't control nobody do that, whatever they do is not supposed to affect you. And that's just not real. And don't let these motherfuckers on the internet fool y'all to make y'all believe that somebody doing something to you, somebody wronging you, somebody betraying your trust and shit is just something you supposed to just let roll off of your chest and be the end of it. I'm not saying go hurt nobody. I'm never going to advocate for violence. I'm just saying if she cheats on you, if he cheats on you, and somebody tires get slashed, it's justified in my opinion, because you could have just not cheated on somebody, or you could have kept it a buck with them from the beginning and been like, hey, I like you, I want to hang out with you, but I like to hang out with other people as well. Now you can hang out with me and we can be a three hangout. We could be a trifecta. And if they want to bring somebody else, we can be a quad. That means four. But you have to make that clear from the beginning. I don't give a fuck what she's saying. I've been with my husband now for over 6 years. If this man cheats on me, I'm not going to finish what I was going to say because this is being recorded and I don't want any incriminating shit on the interwebs. But I'm sure y'all know where I was going with that. Next point. So here at the Uneducated Thought Show, I have a section called What's on Your Heart, where I just go off about something that's been on my mind for a while, or I go to you, whichever you wrote into this email account, and I'll read your shit aloud. I can give you my take on it, or we can just sit here and have a little discussion about what it is that you said. But today, I have a point that I want to get across. And what my thing is something that I feel like a lot of people can relate to. It has to deal with scamming. Now, before I sit here and make it seem as though I am in support of getting somebody for their 401k, someone older for their 401k, or credit card fraud, or bank fraud, or time fraud at work, when you've been sitting in that back room all day instead of doing what you're supposed to be doing. You've been in that goddamn warehouse, in the back of that goddamn warehouse for the past 3 hours eating up all the Cheetos, and that's why it's rats everywhere in the back that nobody know where they came from. It's because of you. You've been sitting there eating them Cheetos and leaving them crumbs all over the goddamn floor. Why don't you get your ass up and do something? Or don't. Because me, I'm in support of that. No, I'm not saying that I condone scamming. I don't think that it's necessarily a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. However, I will submit this to you. Companies get over on us. We know this. Everybody knows it. And if you don't know it, you're going to get to know it. They exploit us. They underpay us for our labor. A lot of them sometimes take out life insurance policies on you. Yes, you. In the hopes that if you get hurt on the job or you perish on the job, they can get some sort of kickback on you. If you don't believe me, Google it. That is a thing that's very, very real. A lot of y'all jobs have life insurance policies out on y'all, and they hoping that y'all niggas croak on the job so they can get $20, $30, $40,000 off your motherfucking ass, maybe more, because these are big box companies that have big box money and they can buy big box policies for your big box ass. But they do that. They exploit us, they use us, they abuse us. They don't want you to come in 2 minutes late, but they want you to stay 5 minutes after. They want you to do well past what you're paid, well past what is in your bank statement. Oh, your goddamn, your bank statement don't reflect what you're supposed to be getting paid for what they be telling you to do. They make you work well past what your job description is, all of that shit like that. They scam you every motherfucking day you clock into that goddamn job, when they sitting here paying you 13, 15, maybe even $20 an hour, but they making $3, $4, $5 billion in revenue. Matter of fact, adjusted operating income, which is, for y'all who don't know, the money that companies make after they pay their taxes, after they pay their expenses. They getting billions, hundreds of millions at the bottom, and they can't give you no raise. They scamming you, they scamming me, they scamming everybody all the goddamn time. And so what I don't like scamming. But what I would submit to you is this. If the game is rigged, why can't we cheat at that motherfucker? Again, I'm not saying, listen to me, I'm not saying that scamming is cool. I'm not saying you should rob nobody. I'm not saying none of that. All I'm saying is, if you were to come across a bank statement, if you were to come across a credit card number that belongs to somebody who's getting paid hundreds of millions of dollars a year off of the labor that you put out, I can't sit here and blame you if you take you a couple million for yourself, at least a couple grand. I saw this documentary a long time ago about credit card swipers is what they call them, but the credit card fraud people who get bank statement or credit card numbers off the dark web, and they just run up people's credit and shit, like, or run up people's bank accounts and shit like that. The thing that a lot of those people were saying from the one documentary, again, I could be wrong. This couldn't be, maybe this is not universal everywhere, but the guy, all of the guys in the documentary was saying that when they can hack into your accounts, they can see how much money you got. They can see your spending habits. They can see all of that. A lot of them never go for people like us who are paycheck to paycheck, who are 50 years old and don't even have $2,000 saved into the bank account. People who are 20 years old in college and just spent their last $3 on McDonald's and shit like that. They don't come for us. They go for them niggas who making $5, $6, $7, $800 million a year on a yacht somewhere, who just put $15,000 on a deposit for a new car type shit. People who just bought them bitches outright. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers who don't need a credit check when they go try to get a mortgage. They go for those people. Why? Because once that money gets taken out that account, it's insured. Then people gonna get that money right the fuck back from the bank. So again, if the game is rigged and there's an opportunity for you to get a little bit for yourself, why the fuck would I not take it? That is the show. If you had a good time, please hit the subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. Again, if you are anti-black, you can hit that the dislike button. Also understand that if you do hit that dislike button too, your mother reeks of quarters and hot dog water. Would you like that for her? I don't think you will. New episodes come out weekly, and that's the end of it. Bye, nigga.